Let's see.
Stop!
Oh,
Stop! Royalty in the house.
Way to make an entrance. Way to make an entrance. Okay, so, all right, guys. So, Emily, are you recording? You good now? Where'd you go? Was that a yes? Sorry, I was changing it. Okay, cool. So, you guys, I am going to introduce Laura before we get started. I'm going to have her give herself a better introduction than I can. This chica is my personality twin. We met through Snapchat because Jimmy Hayes Nelson said we needed to be friends, and that was the best thing that's ever happened. So the reason I used Jimmy was so that he could introduce me to Laura. But Laura is a rock star, you guys. She, you guys probably know who Danielle Natoni is. If you don't, then you should. Fit and Funky. She called out Laura 2 separate times, saying that if you want to learn how to grow your business on social media, that this was the girl to watch. So, you know, Laura, I'm just going to have you jump right in. So can you unmute yourself, or does Emily have to unmute you?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, cool. So
Yay.
Why don't you just give a little bit about you and who you are and, you know, all of that jazz.
Well, it actually goes into my story tonight. So did we officially start? We're recording everything?
Yeah, we're starting, and I'm just taking pictures. So
oh no, that's part of my thing also, because the topic is 6 tips for inviting. And so I want everybody to get out their phone, and we're either going to take a Snapchat picture or a picture for Instagram stories, because one thing that we do is we're constantly inviting. And if people don't know what we're doing, how do they know what they're getting invited to? So everybody's going to take a picture at the same time. You're either going to put it on Snapchat if you use Snapchat, or you put it on IG stories or Facebook. I don't use Facebook stories, but we're all going to do it at the same time. All right, you ready? Let me see. Okay, ready? But don't cover your face. All right, 1, 2, 3. All right, perfect. And then I usually put a caption on it so that people know. And I'm going to put, I'm guest speaking on call.
And everybody, this should also be happening during this entire call. There should be notes and a pen. And awesome. Perfect. So people take notes.
That's what mine thing. It says, I'm guest speaking on Kimmy's call. And then I just put this on my story. Look at Mike. Because I actually, like, I had a girl who she was like, what are these boxes and how do I get, she's like, oh, and she only joined my team because she wanted to be like a person in the box. And she's like, oh my God, I used to just see it on Snapchat, and now I'm like in the box, I'm in the Snapchat. And that's why she joined my team. So you guys, people have different things for different reasons, and you never know what people want to join for. But yes, and exactly what Kimmy said, you are my personality twin, you're everything. That's another thing I was going to say. Who's got a pen and a paper? Because everybody knows that smart people take notes. Let me see. Is anybody going to take notes? Mike Karpenko, Kimmy, Lanny. Yes, you guys are ready. So if you don't have a Beachbody notebook, you need a Beachbody notebook.
I live by the beach. What happens here?
Good God.
0 to 100 real quick.
West side.
Let's see if we can we mute everybody?
I can't do it. You have to do it, Emily.
You have to mute everyone.
I'll mute myself here. This is a hard thing for me.
Bless your heart. So a Beachbody notebook is just a notebook that every single day you're writing in here. If you don't know what to write, then that means you need to watch a training. You need to go to YouTube. You need to check into your coach page. You need to see how many Success Club points you have. This goes with me everywhere. I would not be able to function without my notebook, because if you're not writing notes, you don't essentially have a business. So every single day you need to check into your business. You need to see, oh yeah, I've followed up with this person. I'm inviting this person too. So this is my Beachbody notebook and goes with me everywhere. Once I fill this up, I'm going to get another one. So Snapchat picture is done. Notebook is done. We have the ability to...
Everybody, real quick, can everybody go and just mute yourself? It's much easier. So who is not muted? It must be
So if you go to participants and then you just go to mute all.
Okay, I got it. Perfect. Thank you. This one's a phone call that won't let me mute it.
It's over on, you actually have to go Like you have to right hand click and it'll be a drop down and okay, perfect. Yay. Okay, great. So I know that we're kind of on a time limit, so I'll just do this really quick and fast. So you guys, if you were in the elevator with somebody famous, I don't know, let's just use like Mike Karpenko. If you were in the elevator with somebody famous and you had 30 seconds to give an elevator speech, if he was like, oh, you know, I'm here for convention. What are you here for? Who are you? Like, what are you doing? Would you have your story in 5 bullet points? Would you know who you are? Right off the top. I did not know who I was. This happened to me. I was in LA for the New Leader Conference this year in February, and I was on a podcast of this guy named Daniel DiPiazza, Rich 20-something. He is 28 years old, just turned 29, and he's a millionaire. He literally is Rich 20-something. He asked me on his podcast, who are you in 5 points? And I froze. I was like, I don't know. And like, thankfully, like it just came out. But my story is I grew up overweight or obese. I lost 100 pounds naturally. I couch surfed my way across America. I met Shaun T and filmed an infomercial. And now I'm here living the dream, which is Dallas, Texas. And if you don't know, I'm originally from Kansas. So this was my dream to come down here. So those are my 5 bullet points. And they don't really, you know, those are going to be different from everybody. And I just tell you those to kind of give you like a background of who I am. I grew up overweight, obese. I lost 100 pounds. I couch surfed my way across America. I met Shaun T and filmed the infomercial. And now I'm here living the dream. That's less than 30 seconds, but now you know a little bit about my story. And any one of those you can ask me a question about, and I'd be more than happy to tell you about. But none of those say I'm a Beachbody coach. Like my name is not Beachbody Coach Laura. Like I have so much more to me. But all roads lead back to Beachbody. So that is your job. You're going to have homework tonight, and that's one of your homework assignments. You have got to find out your 30-second elevator speech. If you were in an elevator with somebody famous, whoever you look up to, whoever just takes your breath away, whoever you just idolize, you know, for me, it's Mike Karpenko. You know, what would you have to say, you know, that would make them want to ask more questions about you guys? Because you have to know that, guess what? You have P90X and I have P90X, and you have Shakeology and I have Shakeology, and you have the containers and I have the containers. But what is different about you than is different about me? There's going to be some people who talk to you and they vibe with you and they want Angelica because you're Angelica and I'm Laura D. And I could say, how now, brown cow, and they're not going to hear me. And Angelica's going to be like, how now, brown cow? And they're like, oh my God, she said, how now, brown cow? I'm like, bitch, I've been saying that for 3 years, but they're not going to hear me because those are not my people. Those people are assigned to you. So you have to go and get them because that's your call on your life to go get them. If you're not out there going to get them, then they're fallen by the wayside and nobody's helping them. There's a whole circle of people that are waiting for us to help them. And that's legit how the world gets better, by one person at a time. It's the domino effect. You be your very best self. You're going to help somebody else be their very best self. And they're going to go out and help somebody else be their very best self that I can never reach because that's not my job. That's not my assignment. See how that works? It's all a domino effect. So my 6 tips for inviting. You guys ready to write these down? 6 tips. Number 1, I want you to like, comma, comment, comma, question. Like, comment, question. And what that means is, oh, and if you guys don't know, I have like 77,000 followers on Instagram. Well, I lost a couple because I gained like 10 pounds and people don't want to see somebody who's gained weight or whatever. So now it's like 76.9, whatever. But once I get this off with this shift shop and post my before and after pictures, it'll go back up. So anyways, like, comment, question. And this is just, nobody taught me anything. This was just so normal and natural to me. Some people are so normal and natural and good at math. That's not me. I'm not that person. But for whatever reason, social media, I never took a course. It's just normal to me. It's natural. So like, comment, question. If you go to the first 10 people in your timeline, not Beachbody coaches, but, you know, the first 10 people, whoever you know, like from school or from your old neighborhood or, you know, whoever you know that you see that, you know, they're not working with a coach, or, you know, like you've never had a conversation with them about Beachbody, and you like their picture. And let's just say, for instance, it's a picture of Andrea, and she's a person I went to high school with, and she just got a brown coat. And she got a brown coat, and she's like, look at my cute brown new coat. And so I like that picture, and I'm trying to get her to be on my team, whatever. And then I comment on the picture, OMG, cute coat girl, like heart eye emoji, whatever. And then I'm going to send her a question. And in that question, the question is going to be sent by a private message, because you're publicly liking it. You're publicly making a comment, but you're privately going to question, oh my gosh, Andrea, how have you been? I haven't talked to you since high school. Please tell me where you got that coat, and it can't be like, people are going to be able to see if it's genuine. Like if you think that coat, like, bitch, that coat is ugly, but then you like fake and you're like, that's so cute. No, be real, like be yourself, because we want you to be 100% you. You know what I mean? Everything that you sow is going to come back. And so we want you to sow good seeds. We want you to we want you to receive a good harvest. Like so many people are like, where's my people? Where's my tribe? That's like the same thing as going out back and looking for an apple tree and be like, oh, where's all my apples? Well, did you ever plant any apple seeds? How are you going out here looking for a full tree of apples? You didn't plant any apple seeds. So you want goodness and kindness and grace and mercy, but you didn't plant those? No, we're planting good seeds. So we're going to comment and we're going to question after we've liked the picture. So I'm going to say, Andrea, please tell me where you got that coat. It's so cute. Like I'm genuinely interested. She's like, thanks, girl. I got it at Burlington, but I'm a little bit sad because it's a little, it's a size bigger than it was last season. And be like, oh, that's crazy. Some. Let me tell you, I used to have the same problem last season, but let me tell you what I did last season between this season. And remember, all roads lead back to Beachbody. I was feeling the same way and I felt just like you did until I found Beachbody. So you're going to use feel, felt, found, because every single thing that somebody needs in their life, Beachbody has, you guys. We offer as coaches. And you have to think about it in a way of something that encompasses everything of life and everything of living, is financially with the coaching opportunity, physically with the workouts, nutritionally with Shakeology and the meal plans, socially with the friendships and the accountability, and then you can either say mentally or emotionally with the personal development. Every single thing that somebody needs, you guys, is what we offer as coaches. So you have to say like, yes, I'm here to help. I have the solution. And if you talk to people long enough, you guys, we got 2 ears and 1 mouth. We need to listen twice as much as we speak. If you listen long enough, people will tell you their pain points. It's just like, oh yeah, but I wanted this coat, but and it fit just right, and I've lost weight, but I really couldn't afford the nicer coat. Oh really? You couldn't afford the nicer coat? Well, I have a couple extra $100 in my bank account. Do you know what I did to get it? You know what I mean? Like, or so she can afford the coat, or she can fit the coat, but she doesn't have any friends in the picture with her. I just got this nice coat, girl. I wish I had somebody to go out to eat with. Oh, well, guess what? I have a whole bunch of new friends because I joined this group. Like you just have to figure out, what do people need, and whatever they need, guess what? That's what we have. That's why I said in my posting on Instagram, I don't care what you need. Whatever your problem is, I have the solution. I have the answer. And if I don't, I will find somebody that does. That is my guarantee. That's the Laura D guarantee. Ooh, put a hashtag on it. All right. So number 1 is like, comment, and question. You guys do this to 10 people every single day. 10 people. And I'm just going to get out my little handy dandy calculator. 10 people. Let's just say there's 30 days in a month. 10 people times 30 is 300. You guys, that's 300 people a month. And let's just say there's 12 months in a year. 300 times 12, that's 3,600. And all you're doing is writing 10 comments a day, and your network grows by 3,600. What would you do with 3,600 people? Like, do you think maybe 12 people would say yes to a challenge pack? Maybe somebody would want you to help them, all because you gave them a comment, all because you asked them a question, all because you gave them a like, just because you were engaged. Like, you just have to be interested. It's not so much about you being interesting, but you being interested in those people's lives. Like, everything is about me in 2017. No, let's be the ones that's about you. I care about you. I care about your new dog. I care about what you got done to your hair. I care about, everything that's going on in your life. That's part of recognition. That's the difference. That's what separates us, between us and them. And they're like, what is it different about you? Oh, you know what's different about me? I'm a Beachbody coach. That's what it is. That's a good reputation. That's a good thing to say. And I'm not ashamed to say it because I know what I stand for. So that's number 1. Number 2, I kind of gave this away already, but just say hi. Don't say anything about Beachbody. I'm going to talk to you about your new dog. I'm going to talk to you about your picture, whatever you posted, your new coat, whatever it is that you're posting about. If it was Kimmy, I'd ask her about her boobs because that's all I see. That's all I see. She's like, nice day today. And I'm like, boobs. You guys, every time I see Kimmy's pictures, it takes everything I have not to write boobs on every comment on the picture. All right. So just say hi. Don't say anything about Beachbody. Just say hi. Start talking to them. Make conversation about whatever their picture was. Nothing about Beachbody. Because what did Chalene Johnson say at Summit? Don't tell me right before you're about to sell me. Like, we don't want to say anything about what we have to offer. They don't know what we have to offer. And honestly, if you came in the door and told me what you had to offer, I wouldn't care. I honestly wouldn't care, because I want you to be a friend to me first. John Maxwell says, before you ask for their hand, touch their heart. You've got to touch their heart, because you just ask somebody, like, somebody just sent me a text message today and is like, hey, can you share this on your page? I was like, no, don't ever text me again. Like, you didn't ask me how my day was. You don't know what's going on in my life. My aunt could be in the hospital. Like, you don't know anything about me, but you just want me to share this. Why? Because it benefits you. You didn't even touch my heart. You like stabbed me in the heart. And now you want me to do something for you? That's not how that works. That's absolutely not. So number 3, this is what I do with my coaches. I tell them, once you said hello to the 10 people, and you guys could do this in your group if you want to, we always make sure that we say hello to 10 people by the 10th. And so what I do is I make them post a screenshot in the coaches group, because really, honestly, you should be saying hello to 10 people every day. Let's be honest. We have meal prep. We have, naps. We have Game of Thrones. We have things that we do, so we don't really get to the 10 people. But if you just say hello to 10 people by the 10th and you take a screenshot and you post it in the coaches group, that is accountability. That is accountability, you guys. And that's encouraging. I'm like, I didn't want to, but then I saw Caitlin talk to 10 people and Caitlin reached out to 10 people. I want to reach out to 10 people. It's like that healthy jealousy. It's like that fire. It's like that competition. I'm telling you, catch on fire and people will come watch you burn. Oof. Somebody put in a sentence. All right. So post a screenshot in the coaches group to let people know you are working this business. Number 4, once you have spoken to those people and you gave them a compliment, you talked to them about their kids or whatever their picture was. Number 4, invite to the challenge group. You have to invite to a challenge group. And you're like, well, Laura, I don't have a challenge group. We don't talk like that. We are Beachbody coaches. Right now, it is Tuesday night. You guys could be doing anything else. Y'all could be watching Big Brother. You could be in a shower. You could be night swimming. You could be drinking mimosas on the patio. But you're right here, right now. What does that mean? That means you want to be here. That means you're a business builder. That means you chose this to be right here, right now over anything else. So if you're working this business, work the freaking business. If you're not running a challenge group, run a challenge group. This is where you draw the line to the sand. It's August 1st, but in your mind, it can be your January 1st. This is where the change happens. It's time to start running challenge groups. And if you don't know how to run a challenge group, run a 5-day clean eating group. Run a 5-day water challenge group. Everybody just has to drink water. Run something. And if you don't know how, then talk to your success partner. If you don't have a success partner, talk to your upline. You guys, there's so many resources. Google everything. Before I really got into Beachbody and really knew, for some reason, I always knew who Anita Myron was. And Anita Myron has her entire life on YouTube. Just Google Anita Myron. She'll tell you everything about everything. She's a top coach. She's a wonderful person. She just adopted a little baby, but she's got stuff all over Google and YouTube. But so does Scotty Hobbs, Lindsay Matway, Melanie Mitro. You guys, it's out there for real. Whatever you want in this business, there's nothing stopping you. There's nothing stopping you. There's only a lack of 24 hours in a day. You know what I mean? That is the only thing that's stopping you. And there's not a lack of people out there who needs our help. There's only a lack of workers. Guess what? We're not the lacking workers. We are the ones who are going to get the people, because there's people who need our help. People are hopeless and they're helpless and they're desperate and they're destitute. And somebody needs to tell them that they can overcome. Somebody needs to tell them that the season that they're in right now, this is not the season forever, because eventually it's going to change into fall and eventually it's going to change into winter. You guys, seasons change. Wherever they're at in their life, it's going to change. And we have to be that hope in their life. And that's the same thing with you. Wherever you're at in your life, you're saying, well, Laura, how can I be a perfect coach? Because I'm going through this and I'm going through a divorce and I'm knee deep in debt and I can't even afford to get my kids back. Be proof that this works. Not only the product, but the business and the friendships and the Super Saturdays and the team calls. You guys, everything that you need, it's right here. You've got to lean in. You've got to tap in. You know Kimmy's here for you. You know you have an incredible upline. You know that these people care about you. So the only thing that's holding you back is yourself. And you've got to quit putting limits on yourself, because you are extraordinary. You're amazing. And whatever's right here, you think about it for a reason. Don't give up on it, because it's here for a reason. Whatever you want, you can have it. And don't you dare quit until you get it. I promise you. If you quit, I'm going to come find you. All right. Number 4. It was an invite to a challenge group. Number 5, once you've invited to a challenge group, invite to an open house. Invite to an open house. You might not run open houses. Guess what? People on YouTube do. My coach doesn't run open houses. My coach, Tanya, she never used to run open house because Danielle didn't run open house. Danielle Naconi still to this day does not run an open house, but Tanya started to. And my success partner, Amanda Panino, and I, you guys might know her. She's got purple hair and she lives in Canada and she's got cats, you know, like everybody knows Amanda Panino. But we started doing open houses and we didn't know how to do it. And the first time we did it, we were like, hi, this is an open house. And we were like, we didn't really know what to do. So we just, you fake it till you make it and you just show up anyway. And you're just like, okay, who's got a question? You know, and it works out and then you get better. But guess what? If you never show up, you never get better, you know? So when you start showing up for things and you start putting in an effort, the universe has this crazy way of like, I see that you're trying to cross your T's, you're trying to dot your I's, so I'm just going to fill in the blanks. You're like, thank you, Jesus. And it just works, you guys. When you have a willingness to succeed and a desire to find a way no matter what, that way is made. That way is made, and it can be made for you, whatever you're struggling with in your business. So you're going to invite them to an open house because somebody needs a little bit of Christmas cash, or somebody wants to go on a vacation to Mexico for free next year. Somebody wants to have more money than month in their pocket for the first time in a long time. You know, somebody wants to know what it feels like to have all their bills paid. Somebody wants to take their kids shopping and not at Dollar General for back to school supplies. You know, like there's a deficit in the economy, you guys, and we can change that. We can turn that around. So don't be selfish. You guys, you know, let me tell you a story. There's a top 10 coach who's been a coach in the top 10 for the past 2 years. And I know this was number 3 in my 5 bullet points, but I couch surfed across America. And I don't think you really understand like the depth of what I'm saying. I couch surfed across America. I was in a wheat field in Kansas, sitting there playing with a little corn. And I was like, I've got to get out of here. Didn't have any money, didn't know about Beachbody, didn't know anything. And I was like Googling like how to travel for free. Couch surfing comes up where you go knock on somebody's door and like, hey, you have a couch. Can I sleep here tonight? And then I found out there was a website. And so all you have to do is register a credit card, pay like $25 to make sure like you're not crazy, you're not like a serial killer. And then they verify you. And it's like a social network so you can leave ratings and stuff like that. And I went all the way. I was on the road for a year. Started in Kansas, went to Oklahoma, Texas, was in Houston, Texas for like a month. I went to New Orleans, went to Baton Rouge. I met somebody actually in New Orleans 3 years ago when I was couchsurfing in 2014 and met back up with them on Bourbon Street in New Orleans. Mind blowing. Had no clue what I was doing. So that was the first time I was there since I went back. But New Orleans, Mississippi, Atlanta, where was I? I was in Miami for Christmas. It was like 76 degrees. It was really weird. Like it messed with me psychologically. Went all the way up the East Coast. And that's when I met Shaun T in New York City and did the Size infomercial where I lost 40 pounds in 3 months. And if I can do it, you can do it too. But what I wanted to say is that, oh God, where was I at? I was going to, the top 10 coach. What I wanted to say is that the whole time I was couch surfing, you guys, I was on the struggle bus. People were like, oh, these are great Instagram posts. Who are you going to stay with next? Where are you going to eat? I was like, I don't know. I don't know if my car is going to make it. You guys, I was dying on the inside. Like it was exciting, but I was devastated. I didn't know where I was going. I didn't know literally I was driving down roads I had never been down before. And one of the girls followed me on Instagram. That whole time we were like friends giving each other shout outs. And she never invited me to Beachbody. You guys, Beachbody is like my whole life right now. It gave me everything. People were like, oh, Beachbody saves me. Beachbody changed me. I'm like, no, Beachbody didn't save my life or change my life. It gave me life. I had nothing. I was like nothing. I didn't know where I was going. I didn't know what I was doing. I'm not married. I don't have kids. I already graduated college. Like I was already in a dead end job for 2 years. I had no life and no direction. And the point that I'm getting to is that this girl who's a top 10 coach never once invited me. You didn't invite me to become part of your team, or you didn't even tell me about Beachbody. And I was like, I held that resentment against her until I finally asked her. I was like, yo, why did you never tell me about this? Like this saved my entire life. Like this gave me life. She's like, honestly, like I thought you were going to say no. And I was like, you should have let me say no then. Like you thought I was going to say no. So the whole point of that long story is don't say no for other people because you never know where people are at in their life. If they're going to say no, freaking let them say no. That brings me to point number 6. You have got to follow up with people, because people, statistically proven, are going to say no 7 to 8 times before they say yes. So if you ask somebody to your challenge group, you ask somebody to be your friend, you ask somebody to open house, and they say no, you know what you should say? You should say, yes, you said no. You're going on my list. That means you got 6 more times before you say yes. Like, you are a statistic now, because I'm telling you, it is proven. It's a numbers game. They're going to say yes. Because if you ask them for 7 months in a row, guess what happens during that 7 months? You eat better, you sleep better, you've probably read at least a book a month, that's 7 books. You've probably have, done at least like a program a month, so that's 7 different programs. You are going to be better. So the Bill Bradley that invited me in February is not the same Bill Bradley that's invited me in October. And I saw you change, and I saw your life expand, and I want to know what's going on. What is so different about you? Please tell me. And I'm going to come up to you. You probably won't even have to invite me anymore. So that's why the follow-up is so crucial, you guys. If somebody says no one time, it's not no. It's just not right now. It's just not right now. So if they say no, just like, that's okay. I knew you was going to say no, but I had to ask you anyway just to get the first one out of the way. You know what I mean? Like, you change your whole mindset about it. It's going to change everything. So number 1, like, comment, question. Remember the questions in a private message. Don't try to update your contacts and do all that. Like, in a whole, don't try to have like a whole life story in the comments. It's annoying. Number 2, just say hi. Do not say anything about Beachbody. Number 3, post a screenshot in your coaches group, because you want to spark that fire. You want to let people know you're working this business. You want to let people know you're serious. And also, excuse me, you don't know what your other coaches know. You don't know what your other teammates know. They're like, oh, that's a great idea, Jessica, that you posted this. And this is what I've been doing. This is working for me. And all of a sudden, your team comes together and you have this fusion. You're like, oh my gosh, I have a tip and you have a tip. And now we have tips together. And now we're like, all these tips. It's great. So number 4, invite to the challenge group, because you are a coach and you work this business and you have a challenge group that is going to be starting on, you fill in the blank. Number 5, invite to open house, or at least the coaching opportunity, at least a YouTube link, a link. You have to like let people know that we have a way to financially help them. You have to let them know, like, I know it's scary to talk about, but you guys, this is my full-time job. Like, I'm 31 years old and this is my full-time job. I do this day in and day out, and I've been doing this for 2 years. Nothing else supports me. Not mommy, not daddy, not trust fund. Like, I don't give plasma. Like, this is my full-time job. You know what I mean? Beachbody. So I'm telling you to let you know this is possible. My check on Thursday, we get paid every Thursday. My check was over $1,100 for 1 week. 1 week. Like, this is possible. So I'm just letting you know, like, there's nothing different or special about me. Like, if I can do it, you can do it too. And number 6, follow up, because people are going to say no 7 to 8 times before they say yes. So those are the steps for inviting. And just my last thing, you guys, I just want to tell you and, encourage you just to do more. You know what I mean? Like, do more. Like, at the time where you want to pull back, this, let me tell you something. This is a damn good time to be a Beachbody coach. Okay. You know what I mean? Like, we have the UK launch coming up. We got the Clean Week. We got Siggy Week. We have Shift Shop. Like, we have so many things coming. I know Autumn came out with a new program that I'm not supposed to say anything about. We have Tony and the kid, or what is his name? Tony and the Double Time. Like, there's a lot of things going on, you guys. And Tanya told me that after UK, I guess they're going into Asia. Like, things are happening. Like, we cannot compete. If you ask me who was the super trainer for Advocare, I'd be like, what super trainer? If you ask me what is the workout plan for Weight Watchers, I don't know what the workout plan is. Any other person or any other fitness company cannot even compete with Beachbody, you guys. You should be proud to be a Beachbody coach. Like, what we stand for is absolutely incredible. This is the time to go all in with the greatest fitness company in the world, and to know who you are and to rep it and to be proud about it. Like, get that Wonder Woman pose. Like, stick your bows out like you're Kimmy. Like, yes, I'm a Beachbody coach and I'm proud about it. You know what I mean? Like, chest up, back out. You know what I mean? All this stuff. So you can do more. You can do more. Let's be honest. You can read more. You can invite more. You can talk a little bit more. You can share more. You can recognize more. You can congratulate more. Whatever you can do more. I guarantee if you do more, your life is going to change. If you plant more seeds, you're going to get more trees. And everybody wants those trees. Everybody wants those apples. How about them apples, boo-boo? We all want all the apples. So with that more, this is your homework. You already know, number one, your homework is you need to find your story, your elevator pitch. What is your story in 5 bullet points? And I'm talking about if somebody came up to you right now, what is your story? Who are you? What do you have to offer? Me, you guys, I grew up obese and overweight. Like I grew up, like I'm talking about like that cute baby stage where you're like cute and like a little chubby. Like I never grew out of that and it wasn't cute anymore. I grew up like that my entire life. I lost 100 pounds naturally. 70 of that was before Beachbody. So I lost 100 pounds naturally. That's a whole book right there. I couch surfed my way across America, slept on couches of strangers because I was desperate to get out of the cornfield in Kansas because I was dying for more life. I was knew there was more out there and did not know what it was. I met Shaun T. I filmed an infomercial and now I'm here. The fact that I made it here in Dallas, I'm living my dream. This was on my vision board and I'm here. That's my story. What is yours? Who are you? Who you are is going to touch somebody that only you can touch. Not me, only you. So find out your story. Number 2 is I want you to listen to 10X Rule on Audible. Who listens to Audible? Raise your hand. Let me see. Anybody? Yes, I see you. I see you. All right. Caitlin Barley, this is going to change your life. When you get Audible, it's going to change your life. Cambia su vida. Let me just tell you. It is amazing. Not Gary V. What's his name? Grant Cardone has a book called The 10X Rule. You have got to listen to it. It's good in like paperback or whatever, but you have to listen to it on Audible. You absolutely, because he says things in there like chapter 6. He was like, he's from Louisiana, right? So he's got this little Louisiana accent. He's like, I wanted to call this chapter "Don't Be a Little Bitch," but they wouldn't let me write it in there. He's like, I got it in there anyway. He's like, haha. He's like, sorry, Penguin editors. He's like, it's all right. He's like, they're not gonna listen to this anyway. So just little things like that. You hear his life talk about like how he went from a drug addict and he lost his dad at 10 years old and he lost his brother and he lost his mom. So now like he just decided to do 10 times more. He's like, I'm going to call 10 times more people. I'm going to knock on 10 times more doors. And now he's like a trillionaire. Like Grant Cardone is so rich. Like I'm pretty sure he makes money. Like he prints the actual money. So you have to listen to 10X Rule on Audible because whatever you think you're doing now, that's just the beginning. That's just average. That is not your full capacity. You're about to blow your own damn mind for real. You're about to take the limits off. And number 3, this is the last part of your homework. I want you to tell your upline, whoever your upline is, Kimmy, Emily, I want you to, after this call is over, I want you to post it in the group publicly in front of God and everybody. Let the universe know what you're going to change. Because after tonight, something's going to change. You didn't come to this call to stay the same, or else you could have been doing something else with your life. After tonight, you're going to read a chapter a night, or you're going to listen to Audible, or you're going to figure out your 5-point story, or you're going to start talking to 10 people, or you're going to run a challenge group. You're going to do something. Because why are we doing something to stay the same? This is where the line gets drawn in the sand. This is your January 1st. This is not for you to stay the same and just take notes so you can like write things on a piece of paper like, oh, look, I learned how to write when I was, 5 years old. No, this is where we change our life. This is where lives get changed. And other than that, it's where you ask questions because I'm done.
You are freaking amazing. I love you. So you guys, that's why I wanted to bring her on here. And you're even more amazing than I realized you would be on here. So we have 5 minutes. Does anyone have any specific questions for Laura while we have her on here? If so, raise your hand and we can unmute you. Or
Angelica says, do you message people you don't know? I start off with my cold market first because you'd be really surprised at how many people, 10 people a day is a lot. And so, yeah, I message everybody that I do know first because then by the time I go back through again, it's been like 5 or 6 months, but I always want to start off with an icebreaker first. So message people I don't know. Not really, because you want to be friends with them like in a Facebook group or something, like how if it's on Instagram or something, like I would just be that girl's #1 fan. Like if she was working out, has 29 followers every single day, like and comment. And when you do have a post up for a challenge group, then you can message her, even though you don't personally know her. Like, hey, I see you've been killing it. I'm your #1 fan because you've already established that rapport. That would be like a guy that doesn't know me and just walk up to me and like, what's up, girl? Can I make out with you? Like what? You don't even know. Break the ice first, bro. We don't get down like that. Not the first night, son.
Okay, so does anyone else have any questions? Yeah, Emily. Wait, you're quiet, Emily.
I can't hear you.
Why are you? You're still. She says un momento. Also, you guys, when you have someone that's an expert at something and they're on a call with you, like take advantage of that and ask them a question. There should never be. You should just have a gazillion questions ready for someone that is an expert. Oh God, Mike looks like he's about to say something.
Oh, Emily says, is the open house the same thing as a sneak peek? Yes, we call it an open house or a sneak peek, and we do ours for 3 days. So yeah, it's the same thing.
All right, so Mike, what do you want to say?
Last question, Laura, because I think people need to hear the answer for this.
Yes.
Because I think it's probably a great. These two are great questions, and they're sitting there saying, "I get it. Ask them to be in a challenge group. Ask them to go to an open house." Can you give some of them your insight on how you transition or what you say to ask them to go to a challenge group, or can you walk through something for them so that they can hear like your how-to, your magic dust, your transition?
Yeah, sure.
I'm sure nobody is good. Like, please, oh my God, he asked that question. I love him. Oh my God, now he's even better than who he is. But I think that I know from, I'm just saying this, I know from the in example, guys, if that's the question that you have, then ask it. You got Laura in front of you. She will answer that question. And I know you're going to walk away and you're going to go, I wish she just would have told us how.
All right, so we have 2 minutes and 40 seconds.
Go, girl.
So
Go.
here we go. So what you want to do is the people that you've already spoke to, remember, you've already said hi to them. You've already liked their pictures, commented, and gave them a compliment, and you're engaging in conversation. So these are the same 10 people that you're going to go back to and invite to your challenge group. And just kind of, like I said, if you listen long enough, you're going to remember their pain points, or you're going to take notes, and you're going to say, this is what they need. And that's how you approach it. You would never probably say something to this is just the first thing that comes to my mind. Like if she's like a skinny mom, or she's got like all the money in the entire world, but she doesn't have any friends, like, hey, I have this group of girls and we're going to do this thing for 21 days. And I've got some really great friendships in there. Would you like to join us? Or if they are broke, as a joke, like, hey, guess what? I've got these people, and really highlight the financial. It's just 21 days. And I know you can make a couple extra bucks out of it. Last time I did this, I made $200. Would you like to try it out? And that's where you just come at them, whatever angle. Remember, there's 5 different angles: the financial, the physical, the nutritional, the mental, and the social. So that's what makes up a life, you guys. And that's what we offer at Beachbody. Remember their pain point and approach them like that.
All right, guys, this is going to cut us off. Go follow Laura D on everything. No joke. You can find it because she really knows what she's doing, clearly. Thank you guys so much for jumping on. Thank you, Laura. You're amazing. And we will see you guys soon. All right. Bye. And is it not going to go off now? Because I said bye. No. It's going to stay on.
Hi.
It's like, all right, bye. Just